Good evening, gentlefolk, and welcome to our show, from Panther Theater, where strange legends grow. In Colleyville Heritage, our tale takes its start, a spooky adventure, straight from the heart. Now, before our journey through the glens begin, a few small cautions, if you'll kindly tune in. The Headless Horseman, though a fearsome sight, cannot be captured by a camera's bright light. So no flash photography, please don't you dare, lest you disturb the spirits that linger in air. Your trusty cell phones, those luminous screens, must slumber in silence between eerie scenes. Please silence your devices, let them take a nap. No ringing or buzzing, nor any loud snap. If you must wander or flee from the fright, between the scenes only, where its intermissions light. Our players, you see, are quite a delicate sort, easily startled by an unexpected snort. Remember these cautions, as shadows now creep, and let the old legend awaken from sleep. Enjoy the evening, and hold your breath tight, for the horseman may ride through the dark, sleepy night.
Mr. Let's back it up. Yes, do it.
Majestic, breathtaking, might, a wonder that cuts through the oaks and maple and color. America's pride, a river of grandness that paints like a master the earth as its canvas.
Thank you. We have a frozen light board, so I have no light to give you right now. I love the opportune times that this happens. Currently, a very, very skilled student technician is shutting down our light board, only to start it back up again. I tell you, has something to do with the spirit of the Headless Horseman. Please be patient while we turn back on the light. Now, are we into the next cue? Go!
Yeah, we had this problem during time.
Shh! Majestic, breathtaking, mighty, a wonder that cuts through the oaks and maple and color. America's pride, a river of grandness that paints like a master the earth as its canvas.
Just like the rhyme-dome, the Hudson breeds mystery, secrets and stories, and songs born from history. Breathe their own breath as they become tales that take on new life and grow in the details.
The pride of New York, she flows to the sea as she widens the Tappan Zee. At that expanse in an eastern shore inlet, A small market town is plainly herring and set. The town has a name that somehow seems proper. Tarrytown. It's quiet with not much to offer. Among the hills, though, not far from this hamlet, there's a small valley that's even more quiet. A small brook glides through with a murmuring peak. Just enough to a woman, too, asleep. Born from the listless repose of that enclave, and from the way the inhabitants behave, exhibiting a quaint yet peculiar air, who descend from the Dutch who first settled there. This drowsy glen, tucked away from acclaim, for years has been called Sleepy Hollow by name.
Some dreamy influence hangs in the air.
Some even say it was bewitched by an old German doctor.
Some say native folk cast ancient spells, and others draw similar notion-filled parallels. Certain, the town still continues this way, under some power that holds gentle sway over the people, their minds, and their memory, so that they walk in continual reverie.
Old haunted spots abound in the twilight. Stars shoot and meteors glare in the midnight. Old Lady Nightmare, who plays on men's souls, makes it the favorite scene of her gambles. These are more common in this ancient valley than anywhere else in the land or the country.
The most famous spirit that haunts in this glen. A specter on horseback that chills hearts of men. He rides like thunder at midnight, it said. His figure is lacking just one thing. A head.
Throughout the valley, it is far and wide rumored that he is the ghost of a fierce Hessian trooper, whose head was shot off and reluctantly traveled with some cannonball during some nameless battle. Of the revolution with this distinct scar, having been buried in the old churchyard, he gallops the woods in moonlit routine, in quest of the head that he lost at the scene. Like a midnight blast, he thunders in haste, for to be back at the churchyard by daybreak, the phantom strikes fear, and is renowned as follows: the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow.
In Sleepy Hollow and Burrsville Short, embosomed in the great state of New York, the people, the manners, the customs of old remain fixed and constant with a changeless hold. But these frightful penchants and fondness for wonder don't only afflict those quaint folks who were born there.
Visitors, too, become quickly imbibed with the haunts and the lore that the hollow prescribes.
One guest of note, a teacher, a thinker, took the bait solidly, hook, line, and sinker. The story is his, and the gossips are swelling. They are good at two things: talking and telling. Have you heard the news? Are you kidding?
Who hasn't? Hearing the news is my very best talent.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, dear. You know that isn't true.
You're just as gifted as spreading the news, too. Wait a minute. Are you being cryptic? Is she being cryptic? Be more specific! Your question was vague.
Ask for effect.
You know something, don't you? Some juicy new subject.
You're killing us now. Look, he was at bay.
What was the news that you wanted to say?
Well, it's nothing important. It's not a great matter. Just something about our newest schoolmaster. What do you know? Give us some detail.
He went to college. I heard maybe Yale.
Well, far be it from me to spread hearsay and rumors. But listen to this, and hold on to your bloomers.
Yes!
They say that he's smart and has boyish good looks. They even say he has read several books.
That's a lot. I feel tingles.
Not only that, he comes to us single. A man of refinement.
A man who has traveled.
In need of a bride. Are you sure he's looking for a bride, I mean? Well, not precisely, but it's the routine.
We can dream, can't we? The men here are stones.
All except one. Yes,
The Dutch
Abraham von Brooke was a man of God's exciting move, we raced, fought, and played. He was the talk of the Hollow School neighborhood, and the country round rang with great feats of hardihood. From his strong frame, he was called Bones, so Brom Bones is how he's commonly known.
To fight or to frolic, he'd be well prepared. But there's more mischief than ill will in his air. Like most folks who live their lives being adorned, Brom had adherents, small motley horde. Everyone knew who they were by their noise. Known simply as the Sleepy Hollow Boys!
So, Brahms, were you at our house again last night?
Maybe.
Your horse was hitched there in the moonlight.
What? Were you spying?
No. Okay, I wouldn't say it's fine, more or less. We only do it because we are curious. You'd have to admit, Brahms, it's getting quite serious. Aw, see, I guessed it. Oh, spare us the musty. We know you've been there at least 3 times this week. Let's have it, bro. Tell us. What's your confession? Your love. Tell us. He was wishing.
Question. What question?
Will you soon propose?
What? No, I don't.
Tell us.
Well, who knows?
Ooh.
You boys think you're so smart, but I'm in no hurry. I've got it well on hand, so don't you worry. You boys should take lessons from old brother Brom. Ladies don't mind to be strung along. They love it.
They do?
Oh, that delicate dance. They love the suspense. They call it the romance. Anyway, I'm in control! Not like you, sorry fools. Looks like you boys need more learning in school.
Well, speaking of school, what of the new master?
I haven't seen him. What's he like?
Disaster! He comes from Connecticut.
Tragic, don't they all?
He's narrow and lame.
And he walks with a lull. His hands hang a mile down at his sleeve. His feet are like shovels. Oh, you would not believe.
We could see him as far off as our eyes could yield.
We let a scarecrow look from the field.
Sounds like a fine pill for new students to swallow. Another dimwit has made his way to the hollow.
He asks us in school if our mothers can cook, or if we have sisters who have pretty looks.
If we say yes, then we see him at dinner.
Making sweet talks with our mothers and sisters.
Oh, your poor ladies must irritate him.
You would think that, but none of the ladies here hate him.
What a fine meal, dear Frau Van Pinner. Call me what you like, but not late for dinner.
It could not have been that fun.
They love it, in fact. They can't get enough.
How can that be? He's not handsome or tough.
You think he's the greatest thing in all of creation.
They do call it Connecticut's sophistication. He has read several books.
Oh. What have you seen of the world? Have you traveled?
I've traveled the world through books. I've read several.
Yeah, but that's dumb. Else you don't like that. I know the ladies and their habitats. Can he go cave rail into the air?
No!
Can he ride and shoot and wrestle a bear?
No!
Can he chop down a forest and build a log cabin?
No!
Can he grow facial hair as fast as I can?
Probably not!
Can he howl like a wolf? Can he growl and grow?
We got it!
Can he woo the ladies like good old Brombo?
Yes! Why, he has read several books! I can read!
Look! I'm the hero! Ignorant dunces! Now, who's the manliest man in the
When Ichabod first made his way through the neighborhood, he walked with a confidence in his new livelihood. Ichabod's presence could not be refused. He cut a figure that made folks amused. People would talk as he loped his way by, whistling, singing, and catching all eyes. 2 people were waiting on school's new master. Ah, Hans von Ripper.
Parson von Pastor.
Excuse me, miss, I'm new here. Are you the pastor?
The parson.
Ah, parson.
She's Parson von Pastor. I'm Hans von Ripper. Are you the new schoolmaster?
Why, yes, I am. I walk from Colchester. Ichabod grants the name, teacher, and pennant.
Do you know what that word means?
Yes, I just said it.
Right. Well, it looks like we're off to a start.
Well, that's something. I wish it were better.
What was that?
Nothing.
I'm superintendent of our little school. Ichabod Crane, we've been expecting you.
Here's the schoolhouse.
And there's your bed.
We see you have books.
We hear you're well read.
Yes, I have 2 books that I brought along.
You have a psalmody.
For singing songs.
Yes, I know that. Now, what is the other?
This one is by the esteemed Cotton Mather.
A history of New England witchcraft. What is your interest in this puzzling draft?
The Reverend Mather, as I'm sure you know, was once a famed preacher, my personal hero. The cautioning words he purports in this text are wisdom to help one avoid being hexed.
Ye monsters of the bubbling deep, your maker's praise spout. Up from the sands ye cuddling peep, and wag your tail about.
Quiet now, pupils! This noise will not do. I'm in charge and you'll do what I tell you. To me you will listen. Sit up and don't slouch. Now, who can tell me the meaning of yeah?
I know the meaning!
Who doesn't know that?
That's what you shout when you sit on a dime!
Silence, not funny! You impudent devils! I came prepared, yes, prepared on all levels. Since you 2 boys have responded with smugness, you'll be my examples, my lessons of justice. If one spares the rod, then he spoils the child. I know what it takes to turn wild children mild. Come to the front where your classmates can't help you.
Oh! Mr. Crane, sir! We forgot to tell you.
You're invited to our house for supper. We're having
Lamb fried in breadcrumbs and butter,
roasted ball squash.
and potatoes and gravy.
Best food in the hollow, if you like it savory.
There'll be green beans and sweet sugar beets,
Carrots
baked apples,
and pies by the fleet.
Alert to the sumptuous signal for food. His urge to punish was quickly subdued. The pedagogue's mind spun into a trance. As delicious morsels appeared in his hands. One thought to the next, each thought to him. Creating a foodscape for his hungry tummy.
Ichabod Crane!
May you remember?
I'll make this quite plain.
We pay you to teach.
Of course. Where are your students?
What time is it?
This reeks of imprudence.
I was just teaching a valuable lesson.
Mynheer Crane, lessons aren't taught in this fashion. An early dismissal I'm sure they found pleasant, but in order to reach pupils, they must be present.
I didn't dismiss them. I'm sure they're about though. They're probably playing outside of the...
No. Where they've gone, I don't know. But it isn't here.
There is a small chance that I daydreamed.
That's clear.
I will go find them. Thanks for your malfeasance.
That word you used troubled me for several reasons. I hope you didn't mean that, or use the word wrong. I don't think that you meant for the word to be
So long.
Ichabod took great care to
virtue. It's one worth believing. And what is the nemesis of hard work?
What?
Dreaming!
Of course.
Daydreaming, actually, is what I mean. You can't be a dreamer and live your life clean. I know it is tempting to let your mind wander, but think of the usefulness that we might squander.
Very true.
Those who daydream are lazy and sluggish. I've written that in my book, yet to be published. And what is the outcome of dreaming, you ask? Not bringing the cows in, ignoring your class.
Yeah!
You see my point. There are more I could list. I needn't elaborate, you get the gist. The thinking we ponder should be of our neighbor. Now, who's in the mood for some manual labor?
Pardon me, Pastor Van Parson?
Van Pastor!
I've got an idea.
Oh, what a disaster.
This is an odd time, perhaps after the service.
I'd like to help.
Please, this will be worth it.
Singing, you've heard by my vocal display, is one of my gifts, my artistic forte. I volunteer with all reverence and piety to start, for the ladies, a choral society.
What does that mean? I don't know. Is he serious? That might be nice.
It would be nice.
Why something purple?
The female song of this church is unique, but I can teach them my skilled vocal technique. The ladies do well, but with musical tutoring, the boards and the rafters of this church would ring. Goblin nor foul fiend can daunt his spirit.
So the lessons began, and we don't need to mention, this gave the new teachers some more female attention. Heroes he at the end
Shall life inherit, then fancies fly away.
They thought of a hero who made a great difference, awakening the Hollow's cultural interest.
Areas don't need to change it.
You fear not what men say,
He'll labor night and day.
to be a pilgrim.
Hobgoblin nor foul fiend can daunt his spirit.
The portals to Katrina's heart were a quagmire, guarded by a rustic admirer.
Declaring the field of all those rivals whose good old broad bones, robust and entitled. Now, everybody knew Katrina was his.
Everyone except Katrina, that is, from piqued her interest but was a boaster, who never proposed, which perplexed and provoked her. She often wished that a bold and brave champion would take back the field from the boisterous broad.
Ichabod's mouth is a wide open door. You'd never seen so much beauty before.
Could he be the one, the champion rival? No time at the present to show his arrival. That old hollow magic worked its hocus pocus. Ichabod found himself totally focused.
Yes. What are you doing? I'll take it from here, Chief. You just keep on moving.
Ichabod Crane, I now have the pleasure.
Name's Bravo.
I was talking to her, sir. Delighted to meet you. Forgive my transgressing. But the young lady is twin dressing.
Is he transgressing?
I think so. Hey, what's that?
Excuse me, Dirk. Well, my name is Dirk, Miss Crane. Nice to meet you.
Do you mean Van Durflat?
No, I mean Dirk, you know. Anyways, there's something you're missing. See, that's from Bones. He gets you what he wants, and it might seem a hassle, but that girl's his.
Who?
Well, Katrina Van Tassel.
Ah, that's her name. How gentle, how fair. It talks to me softly like two lips in prayer. A name filled with music. How beautifully sweet. It sings like the wind as it blows through my cheeks. Wait! As opposed to the wheat. A beacon, a symbol, a flicker, a ray, a language that speaks to my heart's beating sway. Katrina Van Tassel, I'm your humble servant. This meeting's divine, yet most in emergency.
That's it. No! Icky, weren't you on your way?
I'm happy to meet you too, Ichabod Crane. Ah, here are my parents.
The pleasure's all mine.
How kindly you treat them. Mom and Papa, here's Ichabod Crane.
Ah, the new schoolmaster. Why, I've heard your name. You live and teach in the school by the brooks.
And rumor has it you've read several books.
I am the new teacher, it is as you said. I'm guilty as charged, I'm extremely well read.
Well, my name is Baltus, and this is my wife.
He's lived in the hollow his entire life.
We live through the woods.
Past the stone boundary.
But don't let that fool you. I own half the county.
Well, I'm honored to meet those whose both is so right. Baltus and Mrs. Van.
Please, call me wife.
What's that?
That's right.
What is?
Wife is my name.
When I met her, I said, Godzooks, what a name! Now, my father would always say,
Since he was 8.
if you meet a girl named wife, do not hesitate. Marry her quickly, then start off.
A woman named wife is a farm good luck
And
charm.
I did not disobey, heaven forbid.
My name is the best thing my folks ever did. Our farm has grown tenfold.
15, I declare, and Katrina's our only child.
Our single heir.
It sounds like your farm is the best place in town.
I like you, Crane.
Come, we'll show you around.
Did you see that? What a nitwit! That guy's out of his
An
mind.
absolute jackass. Come, Katrina, let's go. I'll take you riding with me.
Now,
What?
what I do is of my own deciding. I rather liked meeting Ichabod
You
Crane.
can't be serious.
I am.
He's insane. Nobody talks like that.
Women don't like it.
How would you know? Have you ever tried?
Okay, listen. You can't tell me you like that just then.
He was poetic, a true gentleman. His speech was refined. He knows how to woo. You don't do that wrong. Or don't you now have to?
What are you kidding? You like how he speaks?
Your name is like wind through his cheeks.
All right, not that specifically, no, but he speaks with a charm, and that's more than you know. It's time to grow up. That may work on some ladies, but it doesn't work on me. I'm not a baby.
Oh, you boys listen to old brother, because girls sure don't mind if we come on.
Not a word
single sound. If you speak again, you'll hit me in the ground.
Ichabod's gifts for conversing politely yielded results that suited him nicely. Being the Choral Society's mentor, he went to work with its most recent member. Katrina found singing out loud terrifying. He'll take the night and day to be a pilgrim.
You have the prettiest voice.
He was lying. Oh, you're just saying that. You're just being sweet.
Speaking of singing, I find it a treat to listen and behold your tender expression.
Is this how you talk in all your voice lessons?
Oh, on the contrary, this one is special. Can you compare Earth to the things most celestial?
Master Crane.
Please, call me Ichabod. Aren't we now friends? Master Crane seems a little odd.
Ichabod.
Yes?
May I ask you a question?
Why, of course. Imagine this question. Ask me your question. I stand here defenseless. I listen well. I've been told I'm licentious.
Licentious?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right word choice?
Go ahead, ask, and give your thoughts voice.
Well, you're a man of knowledge and skill, philosophies, letters, and eloquent skill. You've come to our hollow to teach and to proffer. But what does our village to you have to offer?
Well,
I have my own dreams of what lies outside, beyond the hollow. The world is so wide. I long to see so much more than this farm. Don't get me wrong, Sleepy Hollow has charms, but I love to muse and indulge and wonder of what it would be like to leave here and wander. Have you seen the world? Do you have stories of people and sights and new territories?
Actually,
I'm on my own here, and I do my best, but sometimes I just don't fit in with the rest. Do you believe that? It's true.
But the boys in the hollow want to be with you, and you enjoy that attention, I think.
Well, like any boy, like glances and winks, but they're all roughness, without sensitivity. They all lack culture and true sensibilities. Perhaps that's why you're such a breath of fresh air. Speak with a tenderness, as if you care.
You've raised some questions. Perhaps 2 or 3.
Okay.
Let me just answer in all honesty. I share your sentiments of fitting in. Perhaps our two souls are much more like kin. Perhaps that means friendships like ours go deeper. We search for devotion and not something cheaper.
Honesty may be a relative word. The truth in his answers became slightly blurred. Katrina's favor Ichabod cherished, and unconsciously he began to embellish.
I know the world and all of its treasures. Its beauties abound and so do its pleasures. Beyond the hollow are cities and kingdoms. In these learned bastions I've gained all my wisdom. Wisdom that's led me down the road less traveled. The road has been bumpy, paved only in gravel, but it has brought me to this glorious glen, made all the more glorious by a special friend.
From Bones has come to see you, my dear. Send him away, Mom. I've got a guest here. Would you like to tell him yourself? No, not really. Ooh, that's chilly after his visits last week. Now that you made our Katrina a singer, Master Crane, would you please join us for dinner?
If Katrina wishes.
Of course you're invited. And wash up for dinner.
I'd be delighted.
Ichabod had the best meal of his life, with Katrina and her parents, Baltus and White. Meanwhile, Drawn Bones was left annoyed and perplexed.
He's at her house eating dinner!
What next?
I don't understand. I mean, what's his appeal?
Well, it's probably because he appeals to her sense of value and self-worth. He sees her as a whole person, wasn't just a pretty face. Her aspirations and her sense of wonders are satiated by Ichabod's frames of servant demeanor, evoking an affirmative reaction in Katrina, whose needs in this regard have long been unfulfilled.
Okay.
I don't know, that's just my take.
Ichabod Crane doesn't know where he's best.
We ought to teach that teacher a lesson.
And so one of the boys went to work right away, trying their best to rescue the wild things. But he flew to the town as their plans were all thwarted. His head and heart flying, he just could not come down.
How did it end up on your head?
What are you doing? Don't believe it!
Dreaming pedagogue plunged once again, away from the class, the lessons, the children. He dreamed of Katrina, the hollow's fair sweetheart. But then his dream lapsed into a life of comfort.
Katrina's a beauty in everyone's eyes, but Baltus's farm made her much more than prize. Huge tracts of land and grazing livestock, miles of corn and geese by the flock. Every plump thing on the silos of grain, all overseen by Ichabod Crane.
No need to teach these runny-nosed dunces. If Baltus's farm and daughter were his, he'd let his tummy grow big like his life. An important man with the prettiest wife.
As Baltus grows older and his health decreases, I'll be right there to pick up the pieces. He can't take it with him. Possessions don't follow. Why not be the envy of all Sleepy Hollow?
Lost in his thoughts and forgetting his duty, Ichabod's class became loud and unruly.
Ichabod Crane! Mr. Crane! Ichabod! This classroom is dreadful! Do you find that odd? No. Is this where your school is? A disordered riot?
Pastor Van Parson!
It's Parson Van Pastor. I've never seen such an inept schoolmaster. You have no control, sir. This class controls you.
No, I do control him. That's not true. Come here, boy. This one has always been trouble. I'll show you control. Don't make it double.
That's not fair! No, wait! What did I do? Look at you!
Not so fast, boy! You'll also be joining! You're just as bad and twice as annoying.
What about everyone else? They're all rascals!
Congratulations, you'll be my examples.
Examples? Wait, what? That's what he said last time! Making examples is his favorite pastime!
Justice with me is as swift as it gets. There you see, Parson, I just found my culprits. I'm in control, you see. I'm all about it. It's possible this won't hurt, but I doubt it.
I've got an earful for this young devotee about the schoolmaster's odd classroom proclivities. Stories were told, some true and some false, about the new teacher and his many faults. Rob's ears perked up as his protege's blather on about witchcraft and old Cotton Mather.
Who's Cotton Mather?
The boys then explained.
He was a dead creature on Mr. Crane's brain. He was from Boston.
Crane thinks he was White. He was involved in the Salem witch trials. He wrote a book.
It's all about witching.
Crane's so superstitious.
He is.
We're not kidding.
Brahm's face reflected his inner rascality, putting with ways to tease the mentality of the new pedagogues. His eyes got wide.
I've got an idea, boys. Tonight, we ride.
what's this? What's evil? How drastic! Someone has cursed the schoolhouse with black magic!
Ichabod Crane! Now what could be the meaning of this?
I didn't do it. There's something amiss.
Did you learn nothing from school in Connecticut? Being amidst these signs makes you an advocate.
No, Panther, I'm not. I'm devout.
If I were alive, I would have my doubts. Witchery and sorcery both honor hell. You cannot abide here where they dwell. Heed well the lessons taught in Salem.
Yes, I've read your book. I know it verbatim.
This can't go unpunished. It must be made known.
Witchcraft of any kind I don't condone.
You must be more vigilant, Mr. Crane.
What must I do?
You must find the source. You must snuff it out.
Like a candle?
Of course.
Spread their dark arts.
Well, it's about time. Yay, something exciting. Just think, Sleepy Hollow was at a witch sighting. At last, something here that might keep us from snoring.
My whole life here in the hollow's been boring.
Don't get me wrong, I am slightly concerned. And witches should probably be crushed, hanged, or burned.
But until then.
Until there's an indictment.
Let's enjoy the new witch's excitement!
I know what I'm saying. I'm sort of an expert. I've read about this, many sermons and excerpts. This is not funny. It's no laughing matter.
It's not. Of course not.
Just ask God another!
I see by the tones that I may not be welcome. This is a meeting I'll excuse myself from.
No, Panther, don't leave me alone.
Good luck, Ichabod. You're on your own.
Who's he talking to?
Who's Clyde Mather?
Listen to him, boys. This couldn't get better.
Wrong. Be a gentleman. Don't be so mean.
Oh, please. I'm not the one standing and making a scene. Just enjoy the show, Kate. You should. You'll thank me later. It's just getting good.
My name isn't Katie. And why should I thank you?
Well, me and the boys pulled off that old schoolhouse dude.
Ron Van Brunt, you did it. I did. When will you ever stop being a kid? Excuse me, Parson.
Katrina.
That's right. I believe something must be brought to light.
Yes, girl, what is it? What have you to say?
Ichabod Crane's been wronged here today. He is the victim of one of Rob's jokes. The spells in the schoolhouse are all a big hoax.
How can you verify this bizarre story?
Because, in his waggish way, Ron just told me.
Abraham Van Brunt! Move where I can see you! What have you to say? Is this story true?
Well, me and the boys were just funning about.
Is it true?
Yes, ma'am. We did it up in the schoolhouse.
For this misdeed, and for Master Crane's injury, I believe Ron owes Master Crane an apology.
There's no need. I can laugh for the best. But I'm humbled, Katrina, by your sweet request. You personify all that is dear, and in your kindness my heart takes great cheer.
He does have a way with words.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll say I could listen to his sweet talk all day.
Ron is a strong, burly, boistering blade. So I understand the mistake that he's made. With no education, he lacks understanding. What? On his intellect, he can't be too demanding. We must have pity on Mr. Van Brunt, whose deficiencies push him to do such a thing. You are forgiven, Ron. There's no ill will. The wise learn from their mistakes, just as you will. We don't fault you for your meddlesome game. Your lack of refinement, that's what is to blame. Maybe you'll grow up. I won't be surprised that one day these citizens might call you wise. But until then, you should strive to be better. Our hope for you is that you become clever. Shake my hand, Brom, and receive my prediction. May you be blessed and a man of retention.
Retinction? That's not a word, but nobody cared. If you dropped the pin, you could hear it in there.
How very well said.
Just how does he do it?
Ichabod had won the crowd over, and knew it. This doesn't happen. In church, this was odd. But even that old congregation began to applaud. And even the parson, who was still annoyed, found that her hands were likewise employed. The tables had turned. Mr. Crane is the hero, making Brom Bones look like a big zero. And Mr. Crane, who was greatly admired, found that one simple letter brought him even higher.
Master Crane, I hope this finds you well. Very.
We invite you to our farm to make merry.
At our harvest frolic, we throw once a year, and we would be honored if you could be here.
There will be dancing and friends to greet, and delicious food for you to eat.
Ooh, this sounds fun.
We hope you don't miss it.
I don't intend to.
We long for your visit.
Ring in the season, we'll celebrate autumn. Baltus.
And wine.
Wait, there's more at the bottom.
Ichabod. My parents throw this each year, but it won't be as fun for me without you here.
And that's all it took. It sealed the deal.
I can't let Katrina down. I'd be a heel. Ah, fair Katrina. I'll treasure this letter. It seems that my fortunes just keep getting better.
Imagine that.
It's well known that you're not invited.
Of course.
So I just wondered, might I use your horse?
Do you even know how to ride, Master Crane?
I've read all about it. It must be the same.
Reading and doing are two different things, and I don't have time to trust your imaginings. I'm sorry, everyone.
No, wait, Hans. I shouldn't have asked you with such nonchalance. I'm in your debt and appeal to your favor, and I have no right to display such behavior. I ask for your pity in hearing my question. I'd never decry the trust of your possession. I humbly entreat you.
Entreat?
And just a bit, to make an impression.
Ooh, it's a girl, isn't it?
Your powers of reason, sir, do you great credit. To ride on a mighty steed would be...
Forget it. You're an odd bird, even for an outsider. You can't use my stallions if you're not a rider. On second thought, Crane, you say you've read about riding?
Of course.
I was young once, and I'm starting to soften. Don't get ideas. This won't happen often. I've got a horse. Can you handle the power?
Yes, of course.
Fine then. You can use gunpowder.
Gunpowder? Ooh, that's a name with some gallop.
Come on by Friday, we'll saddle him up.
The week flew by quickly, like time in a hurry. On Friday, the teacher dismissed the class early. He needed time to prepare for the party.
Ichabod Crane, you're a dapper young smarty. Fate's on your side because you're doing it right. Katrina is waiting for you there tonight. Is it your smile, your wink, or your smirking? Whatever it is, keep it up, because it's working.
Ichabod followed his dreaming profusion to what seemed to him quite a valid conclusion.
Just keep up the charm, keep your old magic clicking. Katrina's a peach who's ripe for the picking. Old Baltus' bondman will be in my reach, and I can relax, no need to teach. Everything's falling in place as it should. Ichabod, you sly dog. Boy, are you good.
The teacher had never felt so prepared. He gave one last look, and he combed one last hair.
He left for Von Ripper's, a New York Don Juan, to find the mighty steed he would ride in on.
Oh, Major Van Ripper!
I have what you need.
Where is he?
Here.
This is the steed?
I never said steed. I said horse.
Yeah, but wow.
He's had 20 years pulling a plow. He's so old, I just let him graze with my cattle. Might be the first time he's ever had a saddle.
How I ride him then? What if he bucks?
If he bucks, he'll probably die, so good luck.
Do most horses look like that?
He's just disfigured.
This won't make quite the impression I pictured.
If you don't want it, that's fine. I'll take it.
No, I'm grateful. I just hope he makes it.
So Ichabod rode on the mighty gunpowder and got to the party at the feasting hour.
Ichabod's senses were inundated by the frolic feast table. First the aroma, and then the scent, roused Pedagog's keen appetite.
He breathed in deeply to nourish the sensation of glorious gastronomic stimulation. There were sweet oily cakes and fried sugar dough, crisp crumbling crullers and...
Can it be so?
It can. And the cakes.
Yes, the cakes, the candy.
Oh, the sweet cakes and short cakes and
the whole cake family.
And then there were
pies.
His eyes grew much wider. Apple pies, peach pies,
and pumpkin
with cider. Delightful preserves of peaches and plums, quinces and pears and cranberries.
Yum! Chicken and pheasant, smoked beef.
A dream.
Together with bowls of fresh milk and cream.
It all seemed the best that the world had to offer.
Until he looked up and saw Baltus's daughter.
The schoolmaster's here.
I'm not concerned.
You are your lunchman. I don't whisper.
It hurts!
That's just how girls do it when they play hard together.
Oh, I thought you blew it.
I haven't blown anything. I've got this in hand.
Look, prom. I know you're more than men, but Ichabod has something that's fooling you. I didn't say prom, but you're getting schooled. Ask him this.
No, all the ideas. You know I don't dance. I don't dance.
Yes, I know prom, but he does.
Espionage.
The traitor fooled everyone, the dirty spy, but we all got justice when they hanged him high.
Revolution.
Where sons of liberty dressed as natives fatigued into the Boston Harbor.
Then there was a rant by a woman with wrinkles, a nag of a woman named Old Dame Von Winkle.
My husband, Rick, the lazy do-nothing, left the house with his dog, Wolf, to go hunting. Do some work, Rick. I gave him a ball in, and that's the last time that I ever saw him. For 18 years, nobody knows where he hid. The gall of the man, leaving me with the kids. It's as though he disappeared in thin air. Ha! The nagging was too much for old Rick to bear. I heard that, Codger. Enough of your yapping.
Oh, he's lightning or what?
He's probably napping. I nap in the woods for some quiet instead.
Perhaps he'll wake up yet.
Yes. After she's dead. All you want with your shameful display. But I think the horseman took my Rick away.
the horseman.
Remember that, Hessian? This is the first time Ichabod heard him mentioned.
The horseman, what's that?
The Hollow's great ghost, the topic everyone dreaded the most. A dread that was reveled in, craved, even savored. The Hollow's enchantment reeked this behavior.
The shift in the mood of the throng was abrupt. Everyone waited for whom would speak up. The atmosphere moved from lightness to dire, for all but one who felt a small fire starting to glow in his jealous heart, fire of cunning, of craft, and of art.
No country gentleman, Braun was no dancer. He was not learned or quick with an answer, but he could tell stories with a blob and a lore. He was the Hollow's most apt raconteur.
Headless. What's that? The headless horseman. He rides a mount that's half horse and half goblin, the most famous spirit that haunts this glen.
A specter on horseback that chills hearts of men. He rides like thunder at midnight, it said. His figure is lacking just one thing.
A head.
Throughout the valley it's far and wide rumored that he is the ghost of a fierce Hessian trooper, whose head was shot off and reluctantly traveled with some cannonball during some nameless battle of the revolution, with this distinct scar, having been buried in the old churchyard. He gallops the woods in moonlit routine, in quest of the head that he lost at the scene.
Deep in the woods, he finds riders alone, taking their heads in the quest of his own. He knows when they're out, when you're riding along, and oh, he prefers heads held by necks that are long. Those are the heads that are best for the taking. Most don't stand a chance. There is no escaping. Unless they're me. I met that night right Inspector Bright last year at this time on this very night. I was on this road past midnight alone, making my way through the woods to my home. But through the woods, I felt something strange. Just a small chill or some subtle change. I halted my horse, not sure why, who knows. But over my shoulder, dappled in the shadows, I saw something that I will always dread. A horse with a man, but the man had no head. The hairs on my neck all stood at attention as I realized I was beholding the Hessian. Does he see me with no eyes to obey? Perhaps if I'm still, then he'll be on his way. His hand slowly pulled his sword from his scabbard. My thoughts of his blindness had quickly shattered. He grew twice his size as he reared up his horse. I turned and dug my spurs with great force. Double yaw! On with the chase! I knew I must win him to be my last race. Through hill and through dale, and all through the woods. I pushed old Daniel as fast as he could. Everyone knows that the best rider in the county, and he was his back. My head was his bounty. I felt that goblin horse breath on my back. Sabers swinging and swishing tags. But there just ahead was the bridge to the church, making the baron his left on alert.
If you reach that bridge,
as it says by the legend,
the specter will vanish in its power ends.
So I dug my heels into the daredevil's rib cage, and one final effort to thwart the ghost rampage. I had never seen my horse fearful before. But one final effort, he released in full storm of strength as he pushed away from the dead trooper. Crossing the bridge, we collapsed in a stupor. The horseman, left in the air, has been feared. Then with the thunderclap, he disappeared. This is the truth, where I wouldn't admit this. Most don't survive, I'm a living eyewitness. The headless horseman is real, I warn you. And everyone here in this room knows it's true. At midnight, you'll hear him go thundering by. So stay in your homes until the morning is nigh.
He's right!
It's true, I've heard him.
Don't get caught alone.
It's just as he said.
But my name's not Brawn Bones.
One could say Braun left his mark on the evening. The teacher's imagining spun out, creamy. He now had the horseman locked deep in his head. The party was ended, and goodbyes were said. There were warm handshakes, tip-taps, and embraces, and Ichabod did his best to show brave faces. He bid adieu to the belle of the hollow, and promised to pay her a call on the morrow. He wished he could stay, was not leave without her, but soon he was on the road riding gunpowder.
The feelings of war did enough joy for me bore, were now distant memories that he longed for. Its stories were arrows and wrong-word archer, and he'd hit the pedagogue's cheek in his armor. The one spot where he knew he could do the most damage, Ichabod's racing fear could not be managed. The road closed around him with darkness and sounds. Every small noise was enough to confound.
What was that? Who's there? Oh, God, didn't show yourself, I say!
Ichabod Crane! Now what could be the matter?
Who's there? Who calls me?
'Tis I.
What the matter?
Really now, Ichabod, how unbecoming. To mere superstition your mind is succumbing. Perhaps this points to spiritual weakness, to give into fear and to entertain bleakness. This will not do. You must shun these dark arts. This will not do for a Puritan heart.
No, I'm loyal. You know that I'm steadfast. I study your sermons each day before breakfast.
Be that as it may, this witchery lingers.
What must I do then? What spiritual rigors?
You say that you're steadfast and devout, and you know my writing book inside and out. And yet you ask me that asinine question?
Please, Reverend Matter, I fear the Hessian. I am here only with you as my escort. And if I'm honest, you offer no comfort. No, I apologize if I was angering. What is this silence? Please say something, anything. Nor foul feet and not his spirit. He knows he at the end shall life inherit. Then fancies fly away. He'll fear not what men say. He'll labor night and day, ruby of hill town.
There just ahead is a bridge to the church. Make it to there and he's left the bridge. If you reach that bridge, as it says in the legend, the spectre will vanish and his power ends.
Ah! There's a bridge! Gunpowder, go faster! We must make it! Go! Or we face disaster!
The thundering phantom was almost upon them, but somehow the horse of an Ichabod launched them. Across the bridge with a banging plate rattle. Something the horseman was good as a saddle.
I am safe!
Said the teacher, who looked back quite vanished to see if the horseman had moved and then vanished, and a flash of fire and thunder and brimstone, leading him with the ghost tail of his own. But when he looked back, the horseman took umbrage, pointing at Ichabod who had no coverage. He held high the head that he had in his hand, and what happened next no one scarce. He threw his missile in a ghoulish sway, and let fly his head at his unweighed prey.
The following morning at Bon River's gate was Gunpowder, who stood serenely and ate, soberly cropping the grass by the road, telling no tales like a horse who was old. But he had no saddle, and down underneath, his bridle was off, in the grass, by his feet.
Ichabod Crane made no appearance at breakfast, and given his appetite, this piqued some interest. Mid-morning hour, and then dinner came. And then it went by. Oh no, Mr. Crane.
The magic was thick, the people could feel it. It's what they lived for, to inhale.
And breathe it.
Where's Ichabod?
I've not seen him.
Nose.
Check by the brook.
And look for his clothes.
Check all the roads. Search the dirt.
Search the gravel.
And while you're at it, search for my saddle.
Riders went out. They were off to the races, making their inquiries.
And soon found some traces.
The saddle was found, trampled in dirt.
Evidence of a horse chase was overt. The hoof prints were deep, they with furious speed, and traced to that bridge, and there in the weeds was Ichabod's hat, also trampled and tattered, and there close behind it, a pumpkin, well shattered.
Sometimes Brom Bones was caught looking smug. When the horseman was brought up, he would just shrug as though he had something he dare not say. But Brom Bones was different. He did it that day.
For days by the brook, Sleepy Hollow men hovered, but Ichabod's body was never discovered. Ichabod's personal items were few, and open for those in the hollow to view.
2 shirts, 2 corduroy small clothes, a razor, a book of songs, and this one, my cotton mather.
The History of Witchcraft, a New England almanac. We had another book hidden in the back, an old book of dreams and vague superstitions, one that contradicts all my written positions. But what do I know? I'm just in his head, even though I've already been 100 years dead.
But on the last page of that book in question, almost unnoticed but well worth the mention, there were some scribbled in verses and lines to fair Katrina, in meters and rhymes.
Katrina. Katrina. Look, Katrina.
I'm ignoring you, Ron.
I know.
Oh, how revealing. He understands, but does have feelings. We're going riding, Katrina, let's go. Or, we'll have the picnic today, so, you know. Well, I don't like picnics, and your horse is nasty. But would you know that? No, because you've never asked me. You've never asked, and you're never wrong, and never! Girls don't like to be strung along.
Who told you?
Dirk.
What?
Well, whoopsie daisy.
When we first started out, Rob was excited. But I know you better now, and it's enlightening. Just let me be now. Please leave me alone. I don't want to see you.
May I see you home?
This isn't funny, Braun. Please go away. Go play with your boys.
I've got something to say. I didn't like that. But now that he's gone, maybe I sinned. I wanted him gone. That bookworm, school smarty. That's why I scared him so much at that party. But I'm no fool. I've learned some things too. That teacher taught me things I never knew. I learned you're a lady who needs to be won. And I learned I'm lonely if you're not my one. I'm sure you miss him, and I understand. So I'll stand back as far as you can. But if there's a time when you need an ear, please look no further. I'll be right here. I have been a self-centered, jealous-filled man. So from now on, you call me Abraham.
I did go. I copied 8 books because we were...
Abraham?
days after, there was speculation about the event by the whole congregation. Small knots of gazers and gapers and gawkers at the churchyard or the bridge became talkers. They'd spin their own truth, they'd rant and invent. They would make a legend out of this bleak event. The teacher was gone, there could be no question.
He must have been seized by the galloping Hessian.
But as the time passed and the magic grew thicker, there came some word that gave hope some new flicker. An elderly farmer, some several years after, came back from New York with this story's new chapter.
He came back with some news that some couldn't abide.
The schoolmaster, Ichabod Crane, is alive. I'm back from New York, and that's what I saw. He lives in the city where he studied law. Becoming successful, he followed ambition, becoming an esteemed New York politician. He wrote for newspapers, and by report, has been made justice of the 10-pound court.
But old country wives who judge these things best, they know what happened to their faithful guest.
They claim the truth and maintain its day, that Ichabod Crane was spirited away by some supernatural means that dark night.
The story is better and best around the light of the old winter's fire, where tales and notions
are told of the teacher and the headless horseman.